Alright. It's 8 o'clock in the morning on Monday in Tokyo, and the Shinkansen train is leaving to Osaka, whisking passengers out to the countryside, making the 350-mile journey in just 2.5 hours. Every day the scene is repeated for more passengers all around the world. In France, from Paris to Bordeaux, Spain from Madrid to Spain from Madrid to Barcelona, and Taiwan from Taipei to Taichung. Every day, high-speed trains are a fact of life for millions of people around the world, and soon for many here in California. Now, it's 8 a.m. here in Southern California, and you have work in distant cities such as Bakersfield or San Diego. In California, you have 3 choices. You can either take a train, a car, or a plane. Now, most people can't afford a plane every single day to work, and many people don't have time to wait for a slow, inefficient train to get them to work in these distant cities, so most of us take to our vehicles. It seems like this is the normal everyday life here in California, being stuck in a slow-moving bubble, surrounded in a sea of cars, fighting against traffic in time to get to where we need to be. With population booming and more people hitting the highways, this problem is only going to get worse. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, in 2000, California's population grew to 34 million people and had 23.4 million registered vehicles in this state alone. It also stated that the annual vehicle miles traveled on in California roads reached 280 billion miles. That's a lot of wear and tear on our roads. Did you know that there are 5.8 million automobiles registered in just Los Angeles County alone? Only 5 states out of the 50 in America have more cars than our single Los Angeles County. That's huge. And it just keeps growing. More than 600,000 cars are sold in Southern California every year, according to J.D. Power and Associates of the Torrid Hills. As of the 2010 census, they reported that there are more than 38 million people living in California. That's 4 million more than the 2000 census. And it is estimated that the state will keep growing at a 4 million person rate every 10 years. So that by 2030, there's an estimated to be more than 46 million people living here in California. That means that there will be more cars and more pollution. So if you think it's bad now, it's only going to get worse. With gas prices rising and the cost of driving inefficient vehicles, one might wonder what steps are needed to be taken to improve upon transportation and the amount of pollution that will be straining us in the future. One answer is the construction of a high-speed rail system that will link major cities, making traveling long or short distances quick and safe. Construction of this train will bring jobs, cleaner air, and faster and safer alternative way to travel. It will make California the first state in America to have a high-speed rail system, along with bringing America up to speed with the rest of the world who already utilize the benefits of high-speed rail. So what's the big deal with high-speed rail systems anyways, and what makes you think that people will take this option? Well, in Japan, the story of high-speed trains started in 1964, when the first train in Tokyo took flight. It was a major success, generating 100 million passengers in its first 3 years and averaging at a speed of 130 miles an hour. It started a transportation revolution worldwide. In 1981, the TGV bullet train started operating in France. That's the most common train that we know of, drawing in billions of passengers in just 20 years. In 2007, a new French high-speed train now cruises at 357 miles an hour non-stop to their destination. That's amazing. Thanks to this latest improvement, it is now possible to go from downtown London to downtown Paris in 2.5 hours. So if you've ever traveled Europe, you know the distance is really out there. So now, in 2011, bullet train technology has grown substantially, and now is the perfect time to construct a high-speed train of our own here in the USA. With the passage of Proposition 1A in November 2008, California established itself as a leader for building America's first world-class, highly environmentally friendly transportation alternative for the 21st century. With about 6,680,000 votes for it, that's about 52.62% of the state's voters, who happen to be in California's most congested areas, You can see why many people voted for this. The route plan will unify California's major cities, along with unifying the California's outer cities as well, such as Bakersfield or the Inland Empire. A truly high-speed system, rivaling the best-known systems that are operating in 11 countries around the world, will travel at speeds of 220 miles an hour. Over an 800-mile route, that will whisk riders from downtown Los Angeles to downtown San Francisco in just 2.5 hours. So no more driving and no more flying. So, California, the benefits of building this California high-speed train. Well, California high-speed train system will be the largest public works project undertaken in the state in 50 years. Building the state-of-the-art network will build more than 600,000 construction jobs and more than 450,000 permanent jobs, according to California High-Speed Train Authority. It will also be clean. Clean high-speed trains will also provide crucial environmental benefits by using just 1/3 the energy per passenger of an airplane and 1/5 the energy per passenger of automobiles. High-speed trains will help California meet long-term goals in reducing greenhouse gases, eliminating as much as 12 billion pounds per year and reducing the state's demand for oil by 12.7 billion. These trains will also be very efficient. These trains will be carrying up to 1,000 passengers, departing as frequently as every 5 minutes during peak hours. High-speed trains will carry as many as 100 million passengers per year by 2030. That's about 10% of the state's interregional traffic. Train stations will be developed to connect with local and regional transit systems and airports, making this system even more efficient. Operating in Japan for over 40 years and in Europe for more than 25 years, high-speed trains have a proven track record as the safest and most reliable form of transportation. Tracks used for these trains do not interfere with roads and crossings, thus decreasing the risk of an accident. Along with this, Japan has created a high-tech system that will detect seismic changes in the earth. This means that during the earliest signs of an earthquake, the train will come to a complete stop, preventing it derailing. So, according to the Oakland Tribune, California would have to build nearly 3,000 miles of new freeway plus 5 airport runways and 90 departure gates in the next 20 years. The price tag at $82 billion. I believe that this is not the answer, and I know that many Californians agree that there needs to be some sort of change. With a high-speed rail in California, it would cost 2 to 3 times less that amount to meet equal passenger demand. It may not be the flying car, but it sure is faster than what we have now. California is one of the first of many high-speed rails that are being planned in the United States. And with supports of citizens and voters like you, we are leading the nation in its future and making the United States have one of the most technological, advanced modes of transportation in the world. So next time you're sitting in your car in traffic, think about how you would benefit from taking a train and consider supporting the idea of building more in the future, not only for you, but for future generations to come.
All right, Basin, what did you think?